All right, good news. I got the head installed. Bad news, I can't seem to feed the wire down into the cabinet because I am a shenanigander. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Welcome to episode 3 of Big Game by Stern Electronics. I am headed over to Kevin's place because he has repaired my lock bar and it is ready to go. So I'm gonna go grab that and possibly bring in all my metal parts to powder coating today, which I'm gonna try out this new place that I discovered. It is a block from my house and the convenience factor is great. The price factor we'll have to find out, but there's only one way to find out. I'll be the guinea pig. We normally use a guy that's, in South London, which is probably like an hour round trip, all things considered. 20 minutes there, at least 20 minutes back. So having a place like a block away, I will pay a little bit more if it's not too crazy of an amount for the convenience. And then when I get into the basement, the goal is to kind of fix up the neck, which is a little loose and a little split, and then get the head on the machine, refurbish the solenoid driver board, and see if we can get the proper voltages on that, and then we can attach the MPU, and then we can see if the game actually works now that I've gone through the steps of making sure everything's good. So if at all possible, we could be turning on and flipping Big Game. Remind me, there's that one flipper that the plunger is just not moving, so I probably should disconnect that solenoid in case it's shorted, because I don't want to blow any transistors, unless the transistors are already blown, but I'll figure that out once I have the solenoid driver on the bench. We'll test all the transistors and replace that massive pop can sized capacitor with the modern version. It could be the right specs, but we can't have that giant pop can on the solenoid driver board, just cosmetically, and who knows how old it is. So I will see you over at Kevin's. We'll take a look at the lock bar and then head over to powder coating. All right, we are back in the arcade. What's going on, boys? This is the aftermath of the tournament. Everything's cleaned up. We destroyed your arcade there, but it's all back in order, it looks like. So here to see about a lock bar. This turned out to be more of a pain in the ass than we were kind of anticipating, yeah? Okay. Did it take you a while to...
It did. It was pretty mangled.
Oh, shit, man. I owe you big time. All right, well, yeah, it was pretty bad. I did show some before photos and videos, so, let's see what it looks like now. You said it doesn't look amazing. I think it looks friggin' amazing. I mean, it's not brand spanking it's pretty fucking close, actually. Oops, swearsies. Look, the seam is gone. That's impressive. Yeah, so much better. Cool, man. You worked your magic on this for sure. So thank you very, very much.
It was pretty bent up. This half was straightened out, so I had to try to create the seam again.
Oh my
God! Piece that was in there.
Wow.
And it was so off.
I feel like I thought this might be take you, I don't know how much time I thought, but I feel like it probably took a lot more time than I was anticipating. But yeah, like I said, I owe you.
It's not polished straight because you're going to powder coat it.
Yeah, powder coating. I might even bring it in today to that place down the street from me, and I'll tell you what the prices are and how they. I'm sure the quality is good. Just about how much is it going to cost. So your latest acquisition we don't know about yet, the Road Kings. So this playfield here also is a birthday gift from Ray for your arcade. Pretty cool.
Oh, it's amazing.
I don't know what game that is from, but it's an old pitching bat. Oh, look at that. Oh, I would leave those up for a 3D effect. That's pretty cool. Nice. Yeah, so the Road Kings, I don't even know if I've played this many times, if at all. Oh, it looks like someone made a custom plastic here.
Oh, the red one?
Yeah. What do you think of this game, Dutch?
It's alright.
Oh, that was the original. Oh, okay. So it came with it, but just a little beat up. Is this like plexi? Yeah, this is a plexi glass. I wonder if the original was glass, but you can't cut glass like this for a speaker, so interesting. Well, let's see if it boots up. Well, actually, we know it boots up. We had it in the tournament, but it was doing something, so I just pulled it just so it didn't cause any issues. Shall we play a game?
Sure.
All right. Oh, cool. This seems like something Steve Ritchie would have designed. Is it?
Mark Ritchie.
It's Mark Ritchie? Oh, cool.
I think it has the name at the bottom. Like
Oh, yeah.
what kind of spots are.
Yep, Mark Ritchie. And maybe it's his brother's voices. Or the call-outs. That's got some good sounds. I like it. Hey, that sounds very much like
High speed.
what's that? High speed? Is that what it is? Yeah, yeah. The drop target in the middle there's kind of angled, which is kind of cool, so it doesn't screw you completely. Whoa! Oh, I broke it. All right, it was a 1-minute drive, and here I am. Crash Burn Cycles. So, this is the place. All right, I dropped off my parts, and we're gonna go with this orange right here. So, stay tuned to see the finished product. Okay, back in the basement. The guy said that the powder coating will take possibly 2 weeks, so that's okay. I have lots of work to do on this. I still have to order lots of parts, and 2 weeks is perfectly fine with me. So I am working on the neck right now. I just actually removed it and added a little layer of wood glue. I don't know if they use glue at the factory on these. I think they just nail them in. But I'm just going to add a little glue. It doesn't need to be like super glue permanent, you know, just a little bit of extra help. And then this crack on the other side I'll fill with glue and clamp that, and I should give this a little bit better of a wipe down before I apply. I was kind of wiping around the edges, but now I have the thing off entirely, I can access it much better. But here at Pinball Shenanigans, we go for the low-end restoration. Kevin is the high-end restoration guy, and Ray, and Pinball Reborn, and Hep. I am the other end of the scale. So a little wipe down is all I need. It is really thundering and pouring out today, on and off. So good day to be in the basement and spread Big Game's crack here with this little screwdriver. Come on, focus. And use this toothpick to fill the gaps with some glue. And then we shall squeeze this together with the clamp, wipe up the excess, and the neck is basically done. And I'll do a little bit of black touch-ups too. Okay, that should do that. Good as new, pretty much. Leave that for a while. And then by the time I'm done mucking with the solenoid driver, this should be good to stick the head on. So, like I said, I'm going to do a little bit of black touch-ups just around, you know, maybe this here. You wouldn't even be able to see that with the head on, but I'll probably do it anyway. And maybe this corner too. Peel off the broken stuff. All right. Okay, let's have a look at this solenoid driver board. Here's the pop can size capacitor that needs to be removed. And also, here's the bow I was talking about. I don't know why. Maybe just the sheer weight of this capacitor pulling down on gravity over the years has caused this to bow. Look at that. It's more prominent on the top side. So yeah, the weight of the capacitor has done that. I see that they put in a fuse here that is too big for the holder, and that will need to be addressed. One screw is missing here, so they might have been, oh, they maybe had to do that just to fit the friggin' capacitor in, just to give a little bit of extra space. And let's check the back side. Looks like maybe transistors for the high voltage section have been changed, possibly, or reflowed. We got a jumper here from the relay. Probably just a toasty trace or something. Oh yeah. Here's the trace underneath. Yeah. Looks a little suspect. I gotta do better camera work here. I feel like I'm a little bit all over the place, so I don't make anyone puke. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, I'm not loving this solenoid driver at the moment. It may be fine, but I won't really know until I kind of measure everything and test everything. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, this is also a Bally solenoid driver, so the original Stern one was replaced at some point. So I'm going to do some testing here and see if this is worth fixing. I mean, they all are, because these are pretty simple boards. Or if I want to go try and find another one in my stash that's a little bit further along than this one, which I think I've seen. So one last thing here. How are these headers looking? Not too bad. Not all burnt up, so. Alright, I'm going to fiddle around with this thing for a bit and I'll report back. Alright, I'm not really liking what I'm seeing so far. I'm not 100% sure that I'm testing these transistors properly, but I think I am. Actually, I got to take off my glasses. That's too far away. So if I put the red lead, if you look real close on the board, on this transistor here, it shows E for emitter, and then B for base. So should get a reading there, right? Shouldn't we? Hello. There we go. 0.985. And on this side, I was also getting 0.983, which doesn't even sound right to begin with. Then there's this other transistor here. Find the E. I think it was this bottom left one. No, the E is here. So we got 0.004. And I think about the same on the other. So that ain't doing much for me. If I try different readings, different orientations, nothing else really happens. Only seems when I have red on E. Do I get any reading at all? Hardly. So I don't know, not loving that. And then same thing for this voltage regulator, I believe it is. Well, how did I get a reading here? So I got 0.5 on that leg, which is good. But this leg, I got 0.1, which I think is not good. So I think I'm going to go find a board that has a better starting point, because I could replace all these things, but if I don't have to for now, I'm not going to. So I'll go see if I can find another board. Look what I found right around the corner on my night moves. Kind of forgot about this. I believe this came from my Stern Galaxy. So not only is it a Stern board, SDU 100, that should be good. I have already replaced the capacitor. This style does not have a fuse on it. So is there a fuse in the back of the head? No? Okay. I should double check on that if I need a board with a fuse. And I also did a ground mod there. Ground mod there. For whatever reason, I didn't do the jumper from test point 1 to 5, I think it is. Kind of remember inquiring about it, but I can't remember why I didn't do it. But I believe everything works on this. I think I tested every transistor and resistor, and although that looks fugly, it actually is fine. So as long as it's okay to put this in without the fuse, then I may just go with this board, and it might be pretty much plug and play. So this is the section of the solenoid driver board that refers to the high voltage, and that is what is fused on the solenoid driver board. It is for the displays and the high voltage. I don't see anywhere here where it shows a fuse. So I think I am good. Also, I kind of looked at Big Game IPDB photo, and it doesn't look like there's a fuse there, but I may still want to just triple check, but I might be good. Also, wonder if this is MPU 100. Hard to tell in this photo, but I'm going to confirm those things before popping the driver. Okay, so the crack is sealed up, and did a little bit of paint touch-ups just for the corners, although you probably won't even see it. So now I'm going to stick on the head. Alright, good news, I got the head installed. Bad news, I can't seem to feed the wire down into the cabinet because I am a shenanigander. And the only way that you can become an official shenanigander is to make the same dumb mistakes that I do, or at least one of them. And then you can be part of the tribe. But if you do everything perfectly, you're not going to fit in this club. So I hope I didn't pinch the wires too hard. Alright, I got my cabling all sorted out. Got the back box plugged in. I did not plug in the playfield yet. And the only connector I have plugged in is this top right connector on the solenoid driver, which I believe is the power in. So it's time to turn it on and see if anything blows up. So let's keep an eye on the power supply. 3, 2, 1. No fuses blowing. Okay. That's good. And no smoke over here. So let's see if I plugged in the right connector. See if we got any voltage coming out of here. Test point 2 says 0. 0.8. Nothing. Test point 1. Oh, let's go to the proper setting, DC voltage here. Hey, there we go, 186 volts, beauty. This test point 1 should be what, 5? 6 point, oh, that says millivolts. That ain't good. What about test point 7? Millivolts. Millivolts. Do we actually? That is proper voltage there. But not the 5-volt line. Hey, wait. We have 5 volts now. Oh, and look. The CPU is trying to boot up. Interesting. I guess I have the CPU connected after all. Okay, so something is going on there. I'll mess around with this for a bit and then I will be back. Okay, I'm kind of just documenting this for myself for the wiring on this. We got blue on the right lug. We got this end of stroke switch going to the right lug. This side of the end of stroke switch going to the middle lug. This left side goes to this end of stroke switch on this tab. And the reason I am noting this is because if you look closely, it's hard to see. Gotta put light behind it, but it is a little bit swollen in there, and this sleeve does not want to come out, so this coil overheated. And before I turn everything on, I have to remove this from the circuit. Okay, so I measured my voltages on the solenoid driver board again, and I think the problem was that my ground lead on my multimeter just wasn't making good contact. This was kind of a flimsy spot to put it. So I held it firmly against the back box, triple checked every voltage, and they seem good. So reconnected the MPU, soundboard's connected, lamp driver, everything is plugged into the power supply, including the play field. And then I just disconnected that solenoid so it doesn't do anything silly. So, you know, a bit of a risk turning this on, but hey, that's half the fun. So, gotta keep an eye on the fuses and for any magic smoke. So, Big Game, first time turning on since I've owned it. 6 years in the making. Let's see what happens. I think we should start looking here. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have sound. We have attract mode. What about displays? We've got we've got displays. Bottom right one, I think that just needs to be reseated. I might be missing a digit, and we also might be having some garbage in the memory. But this is good news. So far, so good. Look at this. It's pretty sporadic attract mode. Everything's kind of going crazy. I'm going to presume that's normal. You know, I know there's different clock speeds, right? For Bally versus Stern, and it just kind of seems like the attract mode's a little faster than normal, but that's probably fine. I'll have to pull up a gameplay video and see. But that is a success in my books. I guess we should see if we can start a game now. I do have a ball in there. If I hit this button, I feel like we should hear the drop target banks all reset. So let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I might not have credits. Oh, I also checked the playfield fuse under the playfield. It's 1 amp, and it was fine. We've got some cool sound effects. I don't know if you can hear that. It's like hunting in the jungle for the big game type music. But we have no solenoids. Oh wait, maybe that's my problem. Oh, music's getting a little faster. Still, we have no solenoids. What about flippers? Nothing. Uh-oh. I feel like I just saw a flash in the back box. Let's see if we smell anything. Something blow up over here? Seems okay. What about left side? What about switches? Doesn't sound too promising, does it? Okay. We don't have switches or solenoids. Oh, wait a minute. Those switches worked. Slingshots? Wonder if our playfield fuse blew. Or if I wired something incorrectly. I don't think I did, but... Okay, this is where I'm at then. I've got some stuff to be figuring out, but all in all, that's pretty decent progress. We do actually have scoring. And that sound effect is starting to get annoying and not as cool as I thought it was at first. So, time to shut that off. Alright, so it dawned on me that disconnecting those wires could have been part of my problem, because the solenoid wire may daisy chain to other solenoids. That's a possibility, not necessarily true, but may or may not solve my problem. Also, I did notice that I have 3 different style flipper brackets. One with 2 screws and then a 1 screw. And then I've got one with 2 screws and then 2 feet. And then I've got a 2 screw and a 2 screw, and then a 2 screw and a 1 screw. So I have 3 different flipper plates. And this looks like old hole. So maybe I will bust out some money for all new flipper. What are they called? Complete flipper kits at Pinball Life. I might just go with that, since this is a hodgepodge of poo. Look, we got that coil stop with Phillips screws that's silver. That coil stop that's copper with flathead screws. This coil stop that's copper with 1/4-inch hex screws. And this coil stop that's the wider copper. I mean, and this, oh, I should probably actually put this back together again. Glad I noticed that. So this style, I don't know if this is the correct style for these 2 flippers. Is this even, yeah. I'm gonna guess not, but I can't say for sure. Maybe because it's different flipper brackets that it makes this style okay. Anyway, now that I've got that connected, I'll give it another try. Tested all the fuses. They're all fine. Kind of went through the play field just to make sure nothing looked shorted. No switches, no wires touching things they shouldn't. Reconnected my spinner switch, which the wire had popped off when I body slammed the play field to the ground accidentally. So, put this down and try again. All right, here we go. Should I open the back box just in case? I want to see any possible smoke. Okay, here we go. Where's the volume pot? Here it is. It doesn't quite need to be that loud. I hear this solenoid works. I heard that last time too. The coin interlock solenoid. Okay, well, nothing really else should have changed. So, do I have a credit? Weirdly enough. Hey, did you hear that? Some solenoids. I think I heard my 3 drop target solenoids reset. And then this pop bumper just fired. Obviously the switch is a little close on that. And ball in shooter lane. Let's see if we got flippers. That just crashed the MPU. So I don't know if that was my wiring or somebody else's wiring. But did it crash the MPU? Oh, maybe it didn't. I thought the light went off on the MPU, but I think just the vibration of the flipper is causing that pop bumper to go off. So what about switches now? Yeah. Damn. Probably should have kept the volume up so you could hear all that. Let's turn it up. Whoa. It's got some bass. Okay, how about slingshots? Ooh, we've got something going on with that sling. This one works, okay, so that must just be a little wiring issue there. Hey, there we go. This game practically plays itself. Okay, definitely gonna need to fix my spinners before I test those guys out. How about this saucer? Oh. Is every friggin' switch like super close? Maybe when I body slammed the playfield. No, I doubt that would have actually done anything. Okay, this is good news. Let's try this. Well, that's fun sounds. We have pretty much everything going for us now. Just a couple little minor things. What about this side? So something is funky with the wiring here. Why is that not working? Is that me? Which solenoid did I change? Was it the bottom? It was the bottom one. So did I screw that up? I was pretty clear about which wire went where. I even took a video of it. But obviously it's not working. But I think I can figure that out. So that is a success story in my opinion. Pretty happy with the results so far. I think electronics are good. Soundboard even. Next, I got to work on all the mechanics and displays and stuff. So yeah, that is pretty sweet. Okay, I was about to play a game and I thought I'd clear the junk off of the MPU. I still have to add a battery to it. But in display test here, I did actually reseat all of the displays. It just looks like the last display needs its pins reflowed. Oh, and it is actually missing a digit. So I need a little work on that. So I might do that first, but I did adjust the pop bumper switches and the slingshot switches and clean them. And I determined my bottom right flipper end of stroke switch was open, and maybe that is the problem. So I adjusted that. and maybe I can kind of play a test game. Oh, I gotta deal with the spinners too. Unbend those brackets or bend them into proper position. And then maybe I'll fix the display and then we'll try and play a test game. All right, so this is fortunately, I think, the only extent of the damage of me dropping the playfield on its face is crushing these spinner brackets. So I'll straighten these guys up and show you the results. Alright, I think that should do the trick. Pretty straight overall. I just gotta remember which way they go. We got the slotted hole and the non-slotted hole. So I'll look up a photo and make sure I orient them correctly. Tragedy has just happened. I was trying to straighten the arms of the spinner and I broke it. That is very, very sad because this was original and that cannot be fixed. So if you have a Big Game spare spinner, let me know. Okay, I've been dealing with spinner craziness probably for close to an hour now. It's my spinner bin and miscellaneous L brackets for something. And look what I found. I found a second Big Game spinner. And it looks like the same thing happened. Someone broke an arm and tried to make a new wire. And then it looks like those wires at the factory are kind of like, see how it's punched there? So the wire's like kind of punched in. So it probably would take some effort to pull that out of there if I can. And then in theory, you could try and bend a wire, but you'd have to kind of spread out that punch to, I don't know. It's possible to make a new wire for this. Maybe. I don't know if I'm going to try that, but that's what it looks like someone else tried to do. So I managed to, well, I started with this guy here, and these arms are too thick for the bracket. They didn't fit in the holes in the bracket very easily, so it wouldn't have spun very well. So I had to dig deep to the bottom of my barrel here to find an actual stern spinner, which has thinner arms. So I got lucky there. And then I spent forever tweaking and adjusting and tweaking and adjusting, and this is as good as I got it right here. And they spin like a dream. I was missing 2 of these nylon washers. This is about as straight as I can get this guy. I'm not going to bend it anymore because I'm probably going to break it. But it was worse. It has a little forward lean, this guy too, but this is the way it would actually spin. So this is without any super lube. So pretty happy overall. I'm very sad that I broke my Big Game spinner, but I think it's time for me to take a break and then maybe come back. You know what? Maybe we'll just end the episode. It's been long, and we'll drag out the attempt at play testing for the next episode. So what else do I need to do? There was something else. It was spinners. Oh yeah, the display. So maybe I'll deal with that. Maybe I'm gonna probably pass on that because I just spent too long on this. I'll deal with the display another time. But yeah, making progress. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode.
Will be ours.
Vengeance will be ours.
Okay, we'll play one more ball. Let's see. It was the left flipper. The bottom. Let's reset it. Let's try and hit that ramp at least. And then the middle ramp. See all these shots here in action. What do you got to do, Dutch? What's the strategy?
I don't know. Rotate letters to like the box, I guess.
Oh yeah? Okay. It's kind of like, reminds me a little bit of mousing around. What do you got to spell on mousing around? Mouse trap. See, it's the same number of targets on both sides. warning. Lock slit. Ooh, that right out lane is very hungry. Try and lock a ball at least. Raise the drop target. Oh, extra ball slip.
That's on the target.
There we go. Got a kickback. Oh, so I can lock ball under the ramp now. I didn't know I did that. Don't you do it again. Collect detour value.
That's when we hit the center ramp.
Oh, okay. What does that say? Bonus something or other? Come on. Gotta get this multi-ball, don't you dare. Can you backhand it? Oh, don't trust that drop catch. There's another lock lit now. Don't do it again.
I say you got a warning the last time, but no warnings there.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, that was sad.